What's going on, DMG Clan? Today I'm going to teach you guys how to play 3DS Emulation on your Steam Deck, the DNA Duo way. Yes, I'm going to teach you guys how to play 3DS Emulation using the DNA Duo on your Steam Deck. Let's level up our gaming knowledge just a bit more before the end of 2024. That's right, mobile gamers. So today I am going to show you guys how to play 3DS Emulation using the DNA Duo with your Steam Deck to get the most out of your 3DS emulation satisfactory or needs. Whatever you want to say. Now, the very first step we're going to do is we're going to click on the Steam button. We're going to go down over to Power, click A, go all the way down to switch to desktop mode, and wait for it to switch over. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to actually go check out what the DNA Duo is while it's switching, because the DNA Duo is something that I developed and designed to be attached to the Steam Deck and many other devices that you want to attach it to give you the dual screen experience, or use it for productivity like watching videos, watching YouTube, watching movies, or even editing videos. Yes, you can use it for editing videos as well. Now, let's get back into what we need to do next. Well, the next thing we need to do, we need to download either Citra or Lime 3DS. I am going to be setting up Citra in this case. Reason being is because I like Citra. I will put a link in the description below for you to be able to get Citra downloaded if you want to, or you can just navigate over to the GitHub repository for Lime 3DS. There is some bugs in the Lime 3DS. I'm not sure why or what they are, but I noticed that sometimes there's slowdowns, sometimes it doesn't act the way it's supposed to act, and I don't know if that's because they try to convert Citra to Lime 3DS. If the developers want to watch this, then please iterate if you fix this yet. Otherwise, I'm using Citra. So the last version of Citra is from March 3rd, 2024. I'm going to right click on it by using my R2 button or L2 button and going down to where it says extract. I'm going to extract all of my files right here, and that's all you have to do. The next thing you're going to do is navigate into that folder. You're going to navigate over to where it says citra-qt.app image. So double click on that. Now, click no, because we're not going to be sending any data to anybody because nobody's developing this tool for Citra anymore. So click on no. And then you're going to double click where it says to add new folder to game list. This isn't a video. I repeat, this isn't a video on how to get games. Dump your own games. I have a video linked below to how to dump your own 3DS games with a hacked 3DS. That all aside, let's double click on this little section here. It doesn't open up right away. Just click it again. Go to your computer or wherever your games are located. If your games are located in EmuDeck, for example, you're going to go to computer / you're going to go to run. You're going to go down to where it says media. You're going to go to deck 2, go to emulation, go to ROMs, and then look for the N3DS folder. Now, I don't have mine in here. I have mine in just my deck, in my documents, my emulation folder, my ROMs, and this is just a personal ROMs folder that I set up. And I'm going to set that up right like that and click choose. Now all of my games are going to load up perfectly fine, just like so. Now we're going to go to where it says emulation at the top. So I'm going to maximize this screen. You're going to go to emulation. You're going to go to configure. You're going to go down to where it says system. Now this is where you can change your username, your birth date, and all that kind of fun jazz. That's up to you. I'm not going to change anything here just for now. And that is just where it is. Graphics. Now, internal resolution. For the Steam Deck, I've noticed 2 to 3x works perfectly fine. It looks good. 2 to 3x looks great. And if you find that you have any slowdowns on 3x resolution, then crank it down to 2. Most games look great on 2x resolution. They look 10 times better than they do on the actual hardware. I own the actual hardware, so anybody that wants to come here and say, just buy a 3DS. Well, it's 2024, people. Get on with the times. That's all I'm going to say, because I've put a lot of work and effort into the DNA Duo to make it what it is today. So let's just pick whatever one we want. I'm going to do 2x for now. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is select my texture filter. I like Scale Force. Scale Force makes the games look nice and crisp. The next thing I'm going to do is go down to where it says screen layout on the bottom side here and click this drop down menu. Change this to separate windows. The reason why is because we can use 2 windows, and we're going to be using 2 windows just like a normal 3DS. The next thing we're going to do is go to advanced. Now you're going to make sure that everything except for enable async shaders is turned on. Now it's up to you if you want to turn this on or not. Sometimes this does work great for a lot of games, but it does, like it says, it actually tells you what it says. It does cause some stuttering every once in a while, but if you can get over that and don't care about the stuttering, then it does help with performance. The next thing that you could do is change it to Vulkan. Vulkan is a very performance demanding backend for your GPU. And if you want to try Vulkan for some games, you can go ahead and do so. Most of these games I like working for OpenGL. Now, I play a lot of the main games as you see here, and they all work great for me. The next thing you're going to do is change your audio. So go to audio, change this to output type to QBEB. Now, the reason for this is just to give it some raw audio basically on the outskirts of the speakers. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to get technical about it. Next thing you're going to do is navigate to controls, and you're going to do two things. First, we're going to maximize this window. Next, we're going to go down to where it says clear all. Next, you're going to hold down your 3 lines on your Steam Deck. Now you're going to notice that a little window is going to pop up that says gamepad mode. If you already know how to do that, then great. For anybody that doesn't, there you go. Now you're going to click on auto map. You're going to click OK, and you're going to move your joystick. There you go. You moved your joystick. All your buttons are mapped. Now, if you want your A, B, X, and Y to be actually lined up with your A, B, X, and Y on your Steam Deck, then just tap on it, press A, and B will be button 1. It's up to you. I like it the other way around, so I'm going to do it like this. B is actually going to be not B. B is going to be A, and A is going to be B, and that's because that is the way it is on an actual 3DS. If you don't remember, that is what it is. Make sure, once you are done setting this up, to press OK at the bottom. This will save the entire configuration file and let you do whatever you need to do. Another thing you're going to do is go to View, go all the way down to Screen Layout, and make sure that separate windows is turned on. Now, you're probably wondering, how do you set up your hotkeys? So if you want to set up your hotkeys in your controls, you can just take a quick gander at what your hotkeys are here. Now, I'm going to tell you what your hotkeys are for Control C and Control V. That is your hotkeys for save states and load states. F5 is to exit games. F11 is to full screen your games. And I'm going to show you all that in a few minutes. So now we're going to set up our hotkeys. So press your Steam button. Press it again until it actually presses, because mine doesn't want to press half the time. I might send this thing back. I don't know yet. Click on Steam at the top left-hand side, go down to your settings, and then navigate down to where it says controller on the left-hand side, and then go down to where it says non-game controller layout, desktop layout right here. Change this to desktop mode for the time being. So what I'm going to do is hold down the 3 dots or 3 lines, which is the hamburger icon looking thing, and click on edit using my mouse. Now in here, you're going to actually start using your joystick again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that I'm in desktop mode. There's 2 different modes here, so gamepad and desktop mode. So what I'm going to do is make sure that this checkbox right here is turned on. So this is just my back keys on my LR, or my L4, my R4, and my R5 and L5 buttons. These ones back here, the ones that you love and use probably a lot. And I'm going to change these. So this is my preference, okay? So this is all up to you. Now I'm going to use my R4 as my LRF11 button. Just kidding. If you're paying attention, that's not really what it is. I'm going to change this over to F11. Press A. Now this is F11. Now in my gamepad, I'm going to turn this on as well. And the reason being is because I can actually map one of these buttons or all of these buttons to 2 different buttons at the same time. So how do you do that? Well, I'm going to use my R4 as my save state. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to go down to where it says control and press A. Okay. Make sure, as you notice, it switched back over to desktop mode. So make sure you go back over to gamepad mode, go over to where it says control key for your R4, which is control. Go over to the settings cog, press A, go down to where it says add subcommand, and then go down to where it says C on your keyboard. Now, if you go to gamepad mode, your R4 button is set to control C. 2 buttons set. Amazing, wonderful. For anybody that didn't know how to do that, I spent like 20 minutes trying to figure that out. It was annoying. So yes, that is how you do that. Now my R5, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go down to where it says control. That is my main button. Make sure you're back into gamepad mode. Go to your settings cog, go down into subcommand, and I'm going to do control V. So V is my next button. So now back in gamepad mode, my control V, which is my load state, is set to R5. Now my L4 button, I'm going to set this to F5, which closes down the game, and that's it. So now I've set that to close down my game. My desktop mode, I'm going to set that to F11. And in gamepad mode, if you really want to, you can set your L5 to F11 as well. And there we go. Now it's set to F11 as well. So it's up to you how you set this up, but this is how I'm going to do it, and this is the way I like it. So if you don't like it, hit that subscribe button, because I have spent a lot of time and effort on designing and building the thing that we're going to attach to our Steam Deck right now to actually play 3DS Emulation in 2024. Exit out of Steam and let's attach this beautiful, amazing contraption that I designed. Now, the material you see right now in front of you is just PETG. If you know what PETG is, it's just material used on a 3D printer. I have already sent off my designs to a couple companies to get this actually injected molded so that it has nice plastic, just like the Steam Deck does. If you guys love that, yes, I can't wait to get that back and see what is done with that. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how this connects. So I've designed this innovative buckle clamp design for this to actually clamp onto the device of choice. I have this for Asus Rogue Ally. I have a universal design that I'm trying to perfect. I might be working with another company for the universal stuff, so just stay tuned for that. And I've also designed it for like other devices like the Odin 2, the Retro Pocket 4. So if you have those kind of devices as well, they work. The DNA Duo works for a lot of different things. So let's actually connect this. Put this on top just like so. It lines up just like so, and buckle it together just like so. Now, if you find that it's not center, I have, try to come up with this so that it would be able to move a little bit, but you don't want it to move too much. I thought about the fan holes so that the fan can actually blow out the top, and it does cover up a little bit of the fan hole. Don't worry, your device isn't going to catch fire. I've played 3DS Emulation on this for a few hours, and it works really great. The next thing you're going to do is obviously grab your DNA Duo. Here it is right here, screen. Make sure your USB-C cable is plugged into the middle, just like so, and make sure that the angled part of the USB-C cable, this is going to be a different USB-C cable as well. This one is just too short. It's going to be the same kind of design, but it's going to be longer because some devices need it longer. And we're going to connect it just like so. It just slides into the top, just like that. And now we're going to connect it to our USB-C, just like this, and open it up. And yes, we have ourselves a dual screen Steam Deck in 2024. The next thing you might want to do is go over to your settings on the bottom left-hand side of your Steam Deck. Navigate to where it says display. So all the way down, display and monitor. And you'll probably want to change this to be at the top so that when we move our mouse, we can go up into the top. And you can change the resolution. I changed my resolution to 1280 by 720. The reason for that is just because I like it. So I'm going to click apply and wait for it to refresh. And there it is. And now my mouse can go up into the top and the bottom so that I can move my secondary display to the top and the bottom. Now let's exit out of all the random things that I just opened up. And I'm going to drag and drop this all the way up here. Double check what mode I'm in. I wish the Steam Deck would actually tell you what mode you're in. Now I'm in, there we go. I'm in desktop mode now, and I'm going to open up a game. So let's open up Donkey Kong Country. Favorite game of all time. Double tap on it, wait for it to load. Sometimes it doesn't open right away. That's because I don't know how to use the deck very well. I'm going to tell you that much. And then you're going to look for the second window. So if you go all the way down to the bottom where it shows the actual icon for Citra or Lime 3DS, whatever one you choose, click on it. Now, you can also just minimize. Sometimes this does this. Minimize it, grab this window, drag it down here, double tap on it, and then back open the top display. And then you can use your hotkeys. So if you're in desktop mode, what did I set mine to? The R4 button, right? So my hotkey, sometimes it doesn't want to work the way it's supposed to. So I sometimes just switch over to gamepad mode, try my hotkey, still doesn't want to work, then so be it. Then you just have to try to mess around with the settings to actually get it to function the way it's supposed to. Because Steam Deck sometimes is buggy itself. And yeah, see, the hotkey doesn't want to work to make this full size. And there we go. See, I just have to close Citra and open it back up, and there it is. Now I can switch over to gamepad mode. And then I can just start playing 3DS Emulation like it's a real 3DS. Without the 3D, of course. Yes, for those that are like, oh, it doesn't have 3D. Well, I haven't used 3D ever since I bought a 3DS, and I'm sorry, it's a lot more expensive for me to create a screen that has 3D in it. Maybe that'll be a future iteration of this, but for now, I'm going to enjoy my Steam Deck playing on the DNA Duo in 2024 and beyond. And maybe there'll be an OLED model down the road to match the OLED Steam Deck. Who knows? Have a nice day, guys. I love you all. Enjoy playing 3DS emulation on your Steam Deck. Oh, I'm going to double check something. So yes, the full screen mode works for the left button. Now, one big thing you could do, if you don't like the speakers on my DNA Duo, they do sound great, but you know, you can change the audio output to be the speakers of your Steam Deck if you want to use those instead. The reason I put speakers on the actual DNA Duo is because some devices, like Android devices, don't have this ability, and I think those speakers sound good. But enough rambling on. I'm gonna switch back over to gamepad mode and continue on my way with playing 3DS emulation with the DNA Duo in 2024. Have a nice day, guys. If you want to go get yourself a DNA Duo, jump over to the link below. I am going to just tell you that right now. I have worked so hard to develop this, and I hope you guys enjoy it on your Steam Deck or any other devices that you want to use it for. I know I do. I've put a lot of work and effort and time into playing 3DS already. See you next time. Bye! Oh, and if you made it this far after the credits, then I'm going to show you a quick little tweet. Alrighty? So, press the power button. Press sleep. Close it down. The DNA Duo doesn't use any battery life when it's connected still to your Steam Deck. So if you want to play again down the road, press the power button again. Open it up. Wait for it to do its jimmy jammy, and there it goes. It's like playing the actual 3DS in 2024. Comment below if you love bananas.